Alright, evening junkies, welcome to EminiJunkie.com, your ES Trading Mentor's free trading video for Friday, May 21st, 2010. Today we had a total of 24 executable trade signals for a max potential of 91 ES ticks. This video is for educational purposes only, is intended to highlight our high probability trade setups and give you a feel for the quantity of trades taken each trading day using this approach. A full trading plan and daily live trading room can be accessed via our website at EminiJunkie.com. Okay, before we start off this evening, I want to talk about this week. As you know, we've had extreme volatility this week, and that has to do with some of the things that was going on in Europe, also with some news that was coming out in the U.S. and options expiration week, which is always a volatile week. This week it was kicked up even more, and if you've been watching our videos all week, you know we've had an extreme amount of trades. And our performance has been quite good. I believe for the week we brought in almost nearly 300 ES ticks, which is, you know, abnormal. I just wanted to start off, the number of trades you're seeing today in 91 ticks, I mean, that's great. And the thing I want to point out about trading plans and trading systems and having rule sets, you want a system and you want a plan that takes care of you in all market conditions. Now, for most of you that have been following my videos and our members, you know over the last year we've gone through extreme times of volatility and we've gone through times of low volatility. We've gone through up markets, we've gone through down markets, and this trading plan holds up quite well. We've been using a style of this system now for 3+ years, and it just continues to perform. So if you are not a member of our trading room, or if you aren't a current owner of the trading plan, you know, I just urge you that, you know, the time is now, right? You've seen this system in action, and it keeps you safe in the various market conditions. And so I just wanted to mention that. If you would go back and look at our recent weekly videos or our daily videos on the email you get here, you can hit the link and you can see the archive results, and you can also get there on our main web page. But the videos are out there for the entire year. Go look at different points throughout this year, days of low volatility, high volatility, and you'll get a real good feel of the consistency of this program. And yeah, there's losing days once in a while, but every system has that. But you definitely want to make sure that you have a style of trading that can adapt to the various market conditions, and that's what we have here at EminiJunkie.com. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get into the trading. We had pushed down again heavily into the pre-market session, made a low around 52. We ended up opening up around 1054, and we came down and tested those lows, put in a new low, came across our moving average, very key level there, that 1056 number from Fat Finger Thursday. Pulled back into that moving average, got a signal to get long. That produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the upside for 9 ticks. Came back down, tested our open, did a little gyration there, got a signal to get short right here on this candle, got our first contract off, didn't get the follow through, back down to retest those Globex lows. Ended up getting stopped out of that trade for 2 ticks. The market continued to push higher. We had a real nice swing here, pulled back to an entry near the moving average. Targets 1 and targets 2 was hit. This was a huge trade, 20 ES ticks. As the market went up and found resistance, kind of consolidated sideways there for a while. We came back down through our moving average, gave us a signal to get short, got our first contract off, no follow through to the downside, ended up getting stopped out of that trade for 2 ticks, came back through our moving average, gave us an opportunity to get long, got our first we took some heat on this trade, didn't get stopped out, ended up getting off contracts 1 and contracts 2 to the upside for 11 ticks as the market went all the way up and closed its gap. I mean, who would have thought with the way the market opened that we were going to get our gap? Not only did we get our gap, we consolidated sideways once again, made another thrust higher, kept climbing. It was just a real strong, powerful morning. Right around 10 o'clock, we came out. We had a quick sell-off, had an opportunity to get short. That produced targets 1. Again, no follow-through to the downside. Ended up getting stopped out for a 2-tick loss. Right back up to our moving average. Right back into an entry signal long. Targets 1 and targets 2 was hit for 10 ticks to the upside as we went up towards our daily pivot. Brief resistance, went through that pivot, up towards the Globex highs. Little sideways action, started trading back down through our moving average, set up a signal entry to the downside. Nothing was working to the downside. It was a very strong morning. T1 -2, got stopped out on that trade. Got a little bit of a reset there. There was not a signal to get long. We didn't pull away from our moving average enough, but we did get another signal to get short. This produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 10 ticks, and the market started selling off at this point a little bit. Went back down to our open and came down through that about 10:30 reversal time. Started back up through our moving average. Actually gave us a little pullback there. Signal long. Targets 1 was hit. Targets 2. 6 ticks on that particular trade. Market went a little higher till the 10:45 confirmation time. We had a cross to the downside. Had a real nice looking signal. So we thought to get short. Full stop out on that. Ran right over us. T0 -14. Then we got a signal to get long immediately after that. We got our first contract off right here, no follow through, T1 -2, and then that set us into another signal short. So we had a short, long, short, all in a matter of just a few brief minutes there. And finally this short did work out. Target 1, target 2 hit as we went back down towards the closing price. Found a little bit of support along that close. Back up through our moving average, got a signal to get long. Nice signal, targets 1, targets 2 to the upside for 11 ticks. And then again, we went up to our pivot, came back down through our moving average, got a signal to get short, right through us once again. T0, a 14 tick loss on that trade. Coming off that loss, pulled away, came back to our moving average, got a signal to get long at 11:18. Targets 1 and targets 2 was hit for 15 ticks as we moved back up towards our Globex highs and through them. Right before lunch, we got another quick little signal to the downside, another stop out, full stop out, 14 ticks. But as soon as that stop out happened, we got a signal to get long, got a nice little micro trade for 8 ticks to the long side. So as you can see, although this morning was quite profitable, there was a lot of trades in there, and we were even able to withstand quite a few full stop outs and still do quite well today. So between 11:30 and 1:15, this is the lunchtime dead zone as we call it. We do not initiate any new trades. That's due to light volume trading typically and higher volatility. Now during this week, it's been heavy volume and heavy volatility. But typically we do not initiate any new trades. We wait till 1:15 and then we start looking. Well, we had a trade actually setting up prior to coming out of lunch, 1:15. We got our signal off of that setup at about 1:18, 1:19. Got our first contract off. Stopped out for a 2 tick loss on that. On the follow through of that trade, we got a signal to get short. Got our first contract off. Got stopped out on the follow through of that trade. So we started off the afternoon with 2 quick reduced risk stop outs. But then we came right through our moving average. Got our signal to get long. Target 1 was hit. Target 2 was hit. 12 ticks to the upside. That was a nice trade. Had a quick move to the downside and got a fresh anchor point. Got a signal to get short. That produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside. Nice trade there around 2:10 p.m. in the afternoon. Coming up at 2:30, we hit our reversal time. Came back through our moving average. Got a signal to get long at 2:30. That produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the upside for a small micro swing of 8 ticks. Got another micro set up to the downside. Signal to get short. That produced targets 1 and targets 2 to the downside for 9 ticks. Started approaching our previous day's close once again. Found a little bit of support there. Started bouncing going into the 3 o'clock hour, and that was it for the day. Tiring day, tiring week. Volatility was through the roof. The VIX was up there. I mean, it's just the amount of trades we took this week is probably the most we've ever taken in any single week, at least as far as I can ever recall. So again, almost 300 ticks on the week today. 24 trades, 91 ES. I want to thank you for watching. For more details on this plan, including all the chart setups, or to join our live trading room or video newsletter, please visit EminiJunkie.com or simply click the link on the top of the screen. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.